Breaking news, everybody, hot off the press. Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie have just announced that they are getting a divorce. The Prime Minister of Canada isn't even capable of continuing a marriage. Imagine how his, management skills are for a country. No wonder Canada is going up in flames, quite literally. Welcome back to another video, everybody. This is like a tricky situation because on one hand, I'm like very anti-divorce. I'm very anti this happening, but at the same time, I have so much detest and hatred for the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and then the kids are involved, and so I'm kind of stuck in the middle, but like Trudeau kind of deserves every bad thing that happens to him. Before we get into it, I want to encourage you to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps grow the channel. We're on route to 400,000 subscribers, almost 1% of the Canadian population. It's hard to keep up with the number of subscribers since there's so many more, immigrants and people coming in, but who knows? Maybe we can try and keep up the 1% threshold. And before we really get into it, I want to encourage you to have a matching hat like mine. The link for that is down in the description, as well as a pinned comment below. My favorite hat is the one right here on the left, the Freedom hat, as well as the hoodie. I have a maroon hat. I absolutely love them. My wife takes them all the time. A previous video that I just posted, I didn't actually wear my hat because my wife took it for the day. So yeah, they're great hats, everybody. And everyone who's bought them has nothing but great things to say. So thank you, everybody, for purchasing them and supporting the channel. And as well as just remind you, the link for that is down in the description below. All right, let's get into this. This is crazy. Justin Trudeau and Sophie Gregoire Trudeau announced separation. Prime Minister and Trudeau have been married for 18 years. 18-year marriage, probably because maybe Melanie Jolie is a side chick, allegedly, hypothetically, I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe it's because he's got a bromance with Zelensky. But this is getting into some murky territories here. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie arrived at the Felipe Angeles International Airport in Mexico on January 9th. Two issued statements on Wednesday announcing they are separating. Prime Minister Trudeau and his wife have decided to separate, according to statements posted online by both of them, which explains why you've seen Justin Trudeau peruse around to Ukraine and Sophie wasn't there. And then people were wondering, like, why isn't she there? Like, why isn't he going around with his wife to travel to all these different places? Well, maybe Trudeau is coming out of the closet. Like, I don't know. This could be very exciting for Canada. Maybe we have the first openly LGBTQIS plus ABCDEFG Prime Minister. I don't know, but there's a lot of speculations, and maybe he's got a side chick, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's got a side guy. Who knows? Sophie and I would like to share the fact that after many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate, Trudeau wrote in a message posted on a Instagram account. Trudeau, 51, and his wife, 48, were married May 2005, have 3 children together, 2 sons, Xavier, 15, and Hadrian, 9, and 1 daughter, 14 years old. As always, we remain a close family with deep love and respect for each other and for everything we have built and will continue to build. It just goes to show that Trudeau is not a traditional person. Traditional people work through their marriages and they make it work. You get married because you love somebody and you make that count. Divorce should never really be an option if you've actually gone through the process of getting married, unless one person is like extremely, extremely toxic. And so in this case, I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say that Justin Trudeau is likely the extremely, extremely toxic individual in the relationship. He's just going around and, having adultery everywhere. He's just fucking Canadians everywhere he goes. And Sophie's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you should be doing that to me and not to Canadians. But here we are, and now they are getting a divorce as as a cause. As always, we remain close as a family with deep love and respect for each other and for everything we have built and will continue to build. Trudeau and Sophie wrote in a identical message. For the well-being of our children, we ask that you respect our and their privacy. Well, people will probably not respect your privacy, Trudeau, since you are the world's most hated person right now. A prominent presence Sophie, a former television presenter, has had a prominent presence at Trudeau's side throughout his political career and become a political or public figure in her own right as an advocate for several charitable and social issues, including mental health and gender equality. According to a statement from the Prime Minister's office, Trudeau and Sophie have signed a legal separation agreement. To be honest, it's probably because Trudeau was caught taking the bus like this. That's right. Trudeau was on the TTC. The Six Buzz Twitter account has posted this photo. And well, look at this woman's face right here. Get this man off this damn train is probably what she's thinking. Trudeau's out of money. He's got to go back to Ukraine. That's why he's taking the subway. Where's his 17-car convoy, black Suburbans with Kevlar, everything? No, Trudeau, he's out of money. He spent it all. He spent all of our taxes. There's no more taxpayer fund. That's why he's got his nice watch, but that's why he's on the TTC. And of course, I'm joking. If you take the TTC, you are not broke. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just making fun of Trudeau, how he has very bountiful travel methods, and now he's spotted on the TTC to relate to the working man, is what he tells himself. They have worked to ensure that all legal and ethical steps with regards to their decision to separate have been taken and will continue to do so moving forward, Trudeau's office said. Trudeau's office is making a statement. Imagine that. Imagine being married to somebody and it's not even the person you were married to making a statement. It's his office. How disingenuous and delusional do you have to be to have your people handle that instead of you? Buddy, this is a great example as to why people don't like you. You have other people do your dirty work. You can't even just make a simple press conference or simple little video saying, I love her, I love my kids. Unfortunately, it didn't work. No, you have your office handle it. That is just, I freaking empathize with Sophie. But I also have to rebuttal the fact that they said she was a public figure because I don't know anything that Sophie has done. Sophie, his wife, is not a public figure. At least I would not view her that way. She's always very grudgingly holding his hand and appears to not want to be holding his hand. So that's the only spotlight I've seen her in. But maybe she's done some cool charitable things elsewhere. I don't know. The only real strong duo for husband and wife for leader of a country that I've ever seen is Trump and his wife. Obama and Michelle Obama, they were very driven in separate ways, but also together. Sophie and Trudeau, no, she's lived in his shadow. They remain a close family, and Sophie and the Prime Minister are focused on raising their kids in a safe, loving, and collaborative environment. Both parents will be a constant presence in their children's lives, and Canadians can expect to often see the family together. The family will be together on vacation beginning next week. That's everybody, we get separated, but we're going on vacation. Did I read that right? Trudeau's parents, former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau and Margaret Trudeau, famously separated in 1977. Oh, this makes sense now. So not only does Trudeau come from what would be called a broken home, but he's managed to do that himself. He's managed to screw over the country and screw over his family simultaneously. Maybe Trudeau's going to get a gender surgery. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. As recounted in his autobiography, Common Ground, Trudeau and his wife or ex-wife, Sophie, began dating in 2003. Sophie, the daughter of a stockbroker and a nurse, was a former schoolmate of Trudeau's late brother, Mitchell. Right, the one that disappeared in the mountains where Trudeau famously did an interview with his mom and they had smiles on their face. That was weird. And I've made a small little video series about that if you'd like to just scrub through the channel. And something along the lines of, did Trudeau kill his brother? Because, yeah, it kind of seems like he may have, but allegedly. The couple became engaged in 2004 and married each other a year later during a ceremony at Montreal's Sainte Madeleine church. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. By Canadian standards, a sweet and appropriately understated fairy tale wedding was how a writer for Maclean's described. Our marriage isn't perfect. Yeah, no shit. No shit. Both Trudeau and Sophie spoke at times candidly about their relationship and the challenges of marriage. Our marriage isn't perfect, and we have had difficult ups and downs, yet Sophie remains my best friend, my partner, my love, Trudeau wrote in Common Ground, which was published in 2014. That's got to be rough, man, to be going through a rough patch in your marriage for almost 10 years. Like the better part, the majority of their marriage was they're going through rough times. Maybe that explains why Trudeau's so angry at Canadians. He feels like, you know, his wife is Canadian, or his ex-wife is Canadian. And he just really had to stick it to her heritage and screw us all. Because if that's the case, he's done exactly what he has wanted to do, which is very unfortunate. I'm almost kind of proud of the fact that we've had hardships. Yes, because we want authenticity. We want truth, she said. We want to grow closer as individuals through our lifetime. And we're both dreamers and we want to be together for as long as we can. Trudeau launched his political career in 2007 when he decided to seek the Liberal Party nomination in the Montreal riding of Papineau. After winning there in 2008 and 2011, Trudeau began to consider seeking the Liberal leadership. The decision, he wrote, would ultimately come down to a deeply personal, private discussion between Sophie and me. And well, he obviously got his lifelong dream of becoming prime minister. He just didn't realize that he was going to be a pimp and screw us all. We had many long, honest talks that summer, Trudeau recalled. I wanted to be sure she knew from my own experience just how rough life can be. I recalled for Sophie that my father had once told me I should never feel compelled to run for office. Our family has done enough. And if that were the case, if they just closed the book right there and said, yeah, you know, we've already had somebody as prime minister, let's just move on with our life and do other things, then the Trudeau name would have not been where it is now, where it's been run through the gutter, burned down, and just can never, ever, ever be salvaged. No one in Canada will ever trust anybody with the last name Trudeau or that has any affiliation to the Trudeau family, which is very unfortunate because he's got 3 kids. Who knows where his kids want to go in life? But now they know that the whole country doesn't like their dad. Their dad is a POS. And well, now mommy and daddy have broken up. And so it's just very unfortunate for the kids. And I know I'm emphasizing a lot on that. I have a kid. She's like 10 months old. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks for everybody involved. And I think that it's going to suck for Canadians because I think that Trudeau's going to take it out on Canadians. I really, really do. And when the House of Commons continues back up at the start or middle of September, I think that Pierre Poilievre has so much ammunition and is going to get under Trudeau's skin. Hear me out. Here's how I see it playing out. I think that Pierre's going to make subtle comments about the cabinet shuffle. He's going to really get under Marco Mendicino's skin. He's going to really do a great job of that. And I think that because they're covered under parliamentary privilege, he will make a broken home comment. Now, if that's the case, is that a low blow from Pierre Poilievre or is it entertainment? That's the question I actually want to pass off to you right now for those that are still watching at the 13, 14 minute mark is, would that be a low blow for Pierre Poilievre to actually say that? Because I think it would be a low blow, but I think at this point, saying anything to get under Trudeau's skin, to make him overreact, to make him walk out of the house, to make him say something, to make him, swear or do whatever would just be, well, only great for the Conservative Party of Canada. So that, I think, is going to be weighed, the pros and cons of that. I don't know if Pierre would actually do that because that could always come back and bite him, but we'll see. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. In an interview in 2008, Sophie said that when she met Trudeau, politics was not impossible, but it was not in the short term or in the midterm plan. But an opportunity came up, and we felt that if we weren't going to embark on this adventure, a part of us would be selfish with the voice that we have had the opportunities that are given to us, she said. And here's kind of like the bad side of this for Trudeau and his family is if Trudeau is not, if that's not really who he is in his spare time, like we don't know, right? We don't know how he is with his family dynamic, how he is off cameras, behind closed doors, if he's actually genuinely this insane and radical. Because if he isn't, if it's a bit of a show, if it's a bit of a theatrical performance, which like props if it is, I suppose, in the sense that it's been able to be maintained for so long. That's like the longest acting scheme that we've ever witnessed. If that's the case, he can never go back. Trudeau can't reverse his behavior. He would almost be considered bipolar if he were to change character and be less radical and be less extreme on the woke left side of things. So he's really put himself in a all or nothing situation, a corner, which is never really a good place to be because, well, you want some leeway in certain instances, and Trudeau has given him nothing. He's given himself absolutely nothing to work with. So it's very unfortunate, but here is the actual statement that he made on Instagram. Hi, everyone. I would like to share the fact that after many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have had the decision to separate. As always, we remain a close family and deep love and respect for each other and for everything we have built and will continue to build. For the well-being of our children, we ask that you respect our and their privacy. Thank you. And I just feel like this is going to get absolutely obliterated and blown out of proportion. And in fact, Sophie's actually trending right now. You can see on the right side of the screen, Sophie is actually trending right now on Twitter. So everyone is already memeing it. True North is already on it. Post Millennial is already on it. Okay, let's take a look at this little clip. Oh yeah, that forced kiss. Hey, sweetie, give me a kiss. Thank you. And then she walks away. So this is actually an older video, and it just goes to show how long this has been coming. This is not something new. The announcement is new, but the failure of the marriage is not anything new. So again, I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think that Trudeau deserves this, or do you think that this is just sacrilegious? Love to know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do so by checking out the merch shop linked right up there. Or if you want to do something for free, which is also absolutely acceptable and highly encouraged, you can subscribe right there. If you want to continue watching videos like this, you can do so by clicking or tapping right there to watch the next upcoming video. And if you want to watch a little bit of different content, but also Canadian stuff, you can do so by clicking right up there. That's my second channel, House of Canada, also known as the House of Commons Highlights. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.